What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another video. In this video, I'm going to be doing a quick tip on how I do V-necks. If you have the Hoop Master, you know it's set up to do collars like this. So if it tells you to bring it down to C, you bring this part down to C, adjust it to whatever number it tells you to, and you're good to go. When it comes to V-necks, it's a whole different setup. And what I'm going to do in this video is I'm going to show you guys a quick tip on how I do it. So let's get into this. So if you have the Hoop Master, it's going to tell you to bring it down to C15. So you bring this over to 15. Put your shirt on here, bring this down to C. Once you got it there, you got your backing, everything else in there. You go ahead and clamp it, you got proper placement. But when we put this on here and we bring our shirt to C15, right? And we were to go ahead and hoop this, and we look for the center of this, we're looking somewhere right here. So if you guys go over to Madeira.com, I have this little Choco pin right here, which is good because you could write on it, and then as soon as it's done with some water, you can take it off. All right, so we're there. Let me show you where this would embroider. Okay, so here's my shirt, and here's a stitch out. Whenever you're gonna do anything in embroidery, usually you do a stitch out anyways. So what I do with this right here, if I were going to stitch this right here, here's the V-neck. This is where it would stitch according to the Hoop Master. C15, if you look at it, it's very low. So what I do with this is I take this, my stitch out, and I look at where I want to place it so that I get the same placement with every single one. So I come off of this right here, and I come about an inch right here, and I put it right there. Then, like I was telling you, with this right here, with this pin, because it comes off with water, is I'm coming off this. So the center of my image is the eye. I'm going to put a mark there, and I'm going to put a mark going up. So now I have a little crosshair. As you can see right there, there's a little crosshair. Hopefully you can see that. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to line my image up to that. So now that we got our crosshairs ready, we're going to drop this in. I'm going to be using a 3-ounce stabilizer. A lot of you ask me what kind of stabilizer I'm using. It's a cutaway. It's not a tearaway, but it's 3-ounce heavy duty for really light stuff like this. So if we look now, we're not up here at C. We're way down here, right? Our image is there, and that's fine. So what we're going to do is we're going to take our Mighty Hoop piece, and we're going to put it on there, make sure everything's nice and straight, and pop it into place. So if we look at this, you can see where our placement is at, but that doesn't matter because we know exactly where we want to put this. If we didn't have our little mark here, we would be trying to guess. We would probably put it in the middle of this, way down here, but by us putting that mark right there, we're going to have a good lineup. Let's embroider this. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead. We're going to take our neck area right here. You're going to fish it through there. I call it fishing, whatever you want to call it. You call it what you want. Pop it on there. Next thing I'm going to do, if you guys watch Grace Creations' last video, she embroidered the back of the sleeve or the bottom of the sleeve to the top of the sleeve because she forgot to do this part. She was excited about her 8-in-1, I think that's what it is, or her 8-in-1 hoop. She was ready to go, right? But you can't forget the little stuff. You got to come in here. Make sure that the back of this is hanging down here. It's not cut up here, because if you do that, it's not, your hoop is not going to let go of the garment. You have to cut it out. So we're good. Next thing we're going to do is now we are going to line up. We're using needle number 13. So I'm going to move this over a little bit just so I can get it centered. I'm going to bring you in here so you can see it. All right, so there's my two lines. The one that goes vertical and one goes horizontal. So I want to make sure that needle number 13 is lined up with the vertical line. So we're going to bring this over a little bit, which is about right there. If we look, let me get my fingers out of the way. Let me grab a pin for y'all so I'm not in the way. But there we go. If we look, we're right where that line is. And now whenever I do my trace, I want to make sure the top of my image goes to that top line right there. So we're going to do our trace again. We're going to do our trace. Hit start. We're going to look at it. And we're good to go. Once you got all that set up, just go ahead and hit start. And we'll be right back when this one's done. Okay, so here's our finished product, and as you can see right here, we got our placement exactly where we want it. The eye is perfectly lined up where I wanted it, and then the top of this line right here that we made the horizontal line is also perfectly matched up. And again, like I said, if we would have embroidered this, if you can see this white line, it would have been way down here. So that's it. I hope you guys got something out of this. If you're struggling to do V-necks, I just wanted to do a quick tip video on how I do my placement for V-necks. Again, this is not the only way to do it. Everybody has their own ways of doing things. I just like to share with you guys how I do things. So if you're struggling with V-necks, hopefully you learned something with this video. If you do embroidery, leave some tips down below and help other people out too. That's what it's all about. Don't keep those secrets to yourself, right? So thank you guys for watching this quick tip video. Thank you guys for all the support. Till next time, keep pressing.